KaloFox is a furry YouTuber, streamer, and artist with his own community on Discord, and most people knowing him for his meme compilations and Beat Saber videos. However, there's a darker realm regarding his public personality that many don't know about. Earlier today, an expose was released on KaloFox, detailing and documenting a lot of what he's done. I decided to have a look myself, and I can now say I have first-hand experience with his community. This video and its script takes heavy inspiration from the expose, and I've linked both the expose and all the evidence presented in the description. With that out of the way, let's establish a basic understanding of KaloFox. For the rest of this video, keep in mind that KaloFox claims to be 16. Outside of streaming and uploading YouTube videos, KaloFox draws content that can only be described as overly sexual softcore furry porn. However, KaloFox seems to think otherwise. He claims that he can't make NSFW because he's 16. However, judging from one-click glance at an image like this, we know that this statement is blatantly dishonest. If this image is safe for work, then at what point is it not safe for work? Is everything safe for work until a nipple is added? This is where your perception of KaloFox might start getting a bit weird. KaloFox frequently and blatantly displays sexual content on his streams and in his content. Making little if no effort to hide it. It's in his server, in his thumbnails, in his videos, in his games, and even in his desktop background. Skipping to any point in one of his streams will yield you some kind of heavily suggestive content being shown on screen. And I am dead serious. Watch. I'll go on a few of his streams and boom, furry porn. Boom, furry porn. Boom, furry porn. Almost all of it completely uncropped and uncensored, with instances of him even showing it physically. He seems to frequent sexual jokes, even posting other people's sexually graphic art at times. As for his community itself, sexual conversations and sexual jokes are just the water under the bridge. He's obsessed with this stuff, seemingly not able to go a couple seconds without it. As one commenter on a video of his noted, KaloFox seems to be intentionally pushing this stuff on people, but all of this becomes so much worse if you dig a little deeper. KaloFox's Discord server is where his true colors are shown. His Discord server, which has a little over 1,900 members, contains an age role system as seen here. 89 members have selected the minor role and 109 members have selected the adult role. 89 and 109 add up to 198 members, likely being the most active ones. If these numbers are taken as generally accurate, nearly half of his community are underage. This paints a tremendously large problem, one that is anything but unnoticeable. This is a server filled at least partially with minors, where sexually graphic content is casually posted, more or less consistently, along with countless repulsive and sexual conversations and jokes, with some of them even involving several minors. Here's KaloFox making jokes about Pokemon porn. Here's him flirtatiously telling a member to quote-unquote take NSFW to DMs. What's worse is, and you probably just noticed this, he seems to be actively trying to keep up some kind of facade, either to fool his new members or fool Discord itself. There are several instances of him pretending to condemn sexual conversations or sexual content. Meanwhile, he consistently posts such exact things. Keep in mind, this is only from my personal quick glance through the server. Everything here is probably less than 5% of everything waiting to be dug up inside the server. Any server where adults and minors are together is risky, but one where the adults post pornographic material and talk sexually in front of minors is a disaster. But if you thought that KaloFox's standards were the only facade, think again. KaloFox acts completely different in his server than he does in his content. Depending on how experienced you are with people like him, you probably already expected this. KaloFox has casually insulted people with slurs dozens of times, using racial slurs, sexual slurs, and others. Generally in an insulting manner. Some of these are too hostile to even be considered dark humor irony. Unsurprisingly, this behavior isn't limited to him either. Despite him absolutely standing out in his usage of slurs, here's KaloFox's supposed girlfriend behaving in a similar manner. Neither this channel nor this server are age restricted. This is an unrestricted server with thousands of people. This is where you'll begin to ask the question, does this server even have rules? Maybe his server is designed this way on purpose, to be a cesspool where anything and everything goes. However, reading the rules of KaloFox's server is where most will begin to fully actualize the level of hypocrisy and corruption. This is KaloFox's rule channel, littered with deceptive statements and lies. Firstly, there's this rule. A rule which explicitly condemns all NSFW and borderline NSFW. What is considered NSFW? What is considered borderline NSFW? Are heavily sexualized drawings of furries wearing bikinis and doing sexual poses not considered borderline NSFW? This rule is barely followed at all. The only thing about this that's even remotely followed is the no gore part. However, we don't even have solid confirmation on that. There's also this rule explicitly condemning conversations of a sexual or extremely disturbing nature. Is it not a sexual conversation when he talks about his masturbation habits? Is it not a sexual conversation when his members talk about furry genitals? Are all of these comments not a violation of this rule? What about these rules? Are these statements not in direct violation of both of these rules? What's respectful about telling someone to kill himself along with a slur? Obviously, my point here is not to use KaloFox's rules as a standard, but to show that even KaloFox does not care about his rules, nor follow them. He actively breaks his own rules. They are simply a facade, an illusion of positivity and order, designed to fool either his new members or Discord itself. Now, shortly after hearing all this, I joined the server in hopes to uncover what's really going on. Initially, I was just talking with some of the members about food, but the longer I stayed, the more evidence I found. I started posting this evidence in the main channel. Note that they've deleted all my messages in my banned account, however, I've joined it on alt for the sake of documenting this. First, I presented the evidence and pointed out that this fetishish server filled with porn is also filled with minors. I publicly asked, "Don't you find that weird?" To which one person replied agreeing with me. However, this person does not seem to exist in the server anymore. They were either banned by the admins or they deleted their messages and left. But after I did this was when I searched further and dug up the racial slurs that KaloFox and his girlfriend had used. I pointed this out too, this time with several people responding, one of them being KaloFox's girlfriend, Goosey. But Goosey didn't actually reply to me or refute anything I said. Instead, she diverted the topic, trying to discredit me because of a link I had in my bio. My argument was that this server and the community are weird due to its simultaneous presence of both sexual content, minors, and slurs. Her argument was that I'm weird because I have a porn website in my bio, even though it isn't actually porn, or anything like that. Several people then joined in, bootlicking Goosey, without actually refuting anything I said. I then pointed this out to her, the fact that she didn't refute any of what I said but only attacked me. This seemed to stump her for a bit, leading me to take a break of the argument out of boredom. It was during this break, however, that I was suddenly banned for no reason, with my alt account, and we can take a look at the reason, but there is no reason. Just a nice message she left, which definitely doesn't not break any of the rules. This goes to show the level of corruption. Do not be surprised if they attempt to wipe and cover up even more stuff after this info goes public. These people are not stupid, they are guilty. That is why they cannot refute a genuine confrontation and why they ban those who stand up. Also, Goosey, eat shit.